Dear colleagues, this is phacoemulsification of a grade 3 plus cataract. The main incision has been placed at a desired site. Now one side port is being made on the left side of the main incision and another one is made on the right side of the main incision. In this case, I am going to use trypan blue dye to stain the anterior capsule. A big air bubble has been injected into the antechamber, and now trypan blue dye is injected underneath this air bubble. The dye stains the anterior capsule nicely. Now the dye is washed out with BSS. I don't wait for more than 5 seconds. Just after 5 seconds I wash it out. Now we can see that the pupil has dilated a bit more because the BSS contained adrenaline. One ampoule of adrenaline was injected in 500 ml of BSS and it has dilated the pupil quite nicely. Now the anterior capsule has been incised with a cystitome and a utata forceps is being used to do capsulorhexis. The margin of the iris, pupillary margin, is guiding me to make a round rhexis. Now hydrodissection is to be done. I depress the posterior lip of the section of the main incision to remove a little bit of viscoelastic substance and make room for the BSS that is going into the eye for hydrodissection. After hydrodissection, the nucleus is depressed so that the fluid trapped behind comes forward and then the nucleus is rotated. And now is the time to enter into the eye. Viscoelastic substance is injected, and in this case the cataract is on the harder side, more than grade 3, maybe grade 4. So I am going to make a crater at the anterior pole of the cataract. I make some sculpts and a crater is made. This is in phaco on position of the machine. This is Oatley's Cataract 3 phaco machine. This Cataract 3 has a pneumatic cutter which is good in complications like PCR. If you get a PCR, you should have a pneumatic cutter. Electric cutter is good for first few cases, and later on when everything becomes blunt, it's not that effective. So I prefer pneumatic cutter. The tip is engaged at the margin of the crater and the nucleus is chopped. We have chopped at one point. Now the nucleus is rotated 180 degree, and opposite side we are going to make a chop and see if the nucleus divides into two parts. Yes, the nucleus has divided into two heminucleus. Now each heminucleus is being chopped into two parts. This is one heminucleus, and this free fragment is being emulsified. Now this is the other heminucleus, and it is being chopped, and at this time the machine is now in Phaco 2 mode, where the Phaco power is about 70%, flow rate is 45 ml per minute, and vacuum is 450 millimeter of mercury. These settings differ from machine to machine. When I was using Phacoemulsification Galaxy CV1 machine, at this time the vacuum was only 175 and flow rate was 40, and power was about same, 60 to 70%. Now this is the last fragment. If there is risk of surge, we must decrease the parameters. This is the last bit of epinucleus. Remove the chopper and emulsify the last portion of nucleus or epinucleus. When I remove the chopper, the posterior capsule goes behind and the risk of PC rent decreases. Now viscoelastic substance is injected into the antechamber. Cortical cleanup is done. The settings differ from machine to machine, and the machine should be known to you, how the machine works, how much is the vacuum. The machine should be, and after about 50 cases you get to know the machine. And first 50 cases should be very slow. If you are competent enough to do a case in 7 minutes or 8 minutes, first 50 cases with a new machine should be about in 15 minutes or 12 minutes, slowly and very cautiously. And when you get to know the machine and you develop your reflexes, then you can do surgeries fast if you have to do lot of surgeries, if you are a high volume surgeon. Now the intraocular lens has been implanted in the capsular bag. The trailing haptic is just depressed downward with the chopper and it goes into the capsular bag. Now this is very important to clean the viscoelastic substance. I clean with both Simcoe cannula, flash BSS behind the IOL, in front of the IOL, and most of the viscoelastic substances are removed. Bimanual IA is also used to remove viscoelastic substance. And now this is moxifloxacin, Vigamox. Little bit of moxifloxacin has been injected into the antechamber. The side ports are hydrated. And this is a view under higher magnification. At this time the room light is put out. You see only under microscope light and carefully the anterior chamber and posterior capsule. Like a very clear view of everything. Thank you very much for watching. Hope this video will be useful in your practice.